Chit 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 chit. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Let's see what's up. Let's see if we live right now. What's going on? Let me know who's live with me. Late night stream. We're bringing it back to 2017 days, kiddos. Okay? Yes. What's going on? Talk to me. If you're getting the notifications now, definitely let me know in the chat so I can see, who's popping up with me, okay? I know it's a random live stream, but you know how I like to do it. It's when I'm in the mood. So what's going on? What you guys is up to, man? I've been just working on this new AI automations career path on Coding Phase, so I've been kind of busy. So yeah, man, a lot to talk about. Okay. Also, too, let's try to keep it positive. Let's try to keep the energy up. Okay. So the trolls take a hike. Shout out to everybody in here, man. I see a couple of my peoples popping up. I see Dominique. Shout out to Dominique. What's going on? He says, what's up, Joe? Talk about AI. You never left the last live up. Yeah, man, because to be honest with you, like, I gave too much attention to the trolls. And sometimes when that shit happens, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go in and keep those type of live streams, That's why. Let me see. Cesar Jaramillo, what's going on, my guy? Okay, who else we got in here? We got Michelle Obi, Raquel Villetta. What's going on, Raquel? Haven't seen you in mad long. Raquel's one of the OGs, triple OGs, been around for a long time with me in this platform. So I appreciate it that you still pop up here and there, you know what I mean? So thank you for that. So yeah, man, I've been just, working on this AI automations career path, getting everything all situated for you guys. Definitely whoever is watching this, definitely come into Coding Phase. A lot of cool stuff coming into Coding Phase right now. So I would say definitely take advantage. Somebody told me today in a live, not a live stream, but in a video that I did, they left a comment. They're like, hey man, I don't know, is it even worth it to learn email development or, even web administration? I mean, are there going to be jobs for that? Like, guys, I want you guys to think about this, right? Anything that has to do with helping a business make money, that's not going away, okay? Now, that you're going to have to know extra things, right? Yes, that's the facts, right? Like, you're going to have to learn how to use some of these AI tools, For example, like if you work at a e-commerce company, this is something I mentioned in the last live stream, where let's say, for example, there's, I don't know, X amount of products, right? Let's say 20 products, 20 new products. Now, sometimes some of these products, they come from China and they don't have the full description, or sometimes they don't have a description that could really catch the attention of the buyer, the customer, right? So one of the things that you might have to do now, right, as a web administrator, right, is actually creating that product detail. Now, you don't have to be a writer. Like before, you have to be like a copywriter, right, to be able to do this type of things. But now with AI, you can actually go in and, let's say, from an image, right, from doing research on who's your targeted audience, you can go in and create a custom, product description with all the details, right? That will also help, that product be able to be sold, right? Because when you go in and you open up, like, let's say right now you're sliding through Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you're on, right? You see an advertisement, some UGC content creator, right, creates an advertisement. That advertisement links you to some website. It could be on their description. It could be on the profile, Once they click there, they go to a page. That page is basically it's a sales page, right? In there, you need to have a certain type of language, a certain type of wording, right? For getting that customer to go in and take action and buy that product. It could be like hair, hair supplies. It could be skincare, etc. Guess what? You're not a skincare type of dude. You don't know shit about that, right? You might not know anything about that business at all, right? Or that product. But by using AI, you can go in and create a really good product, product description that will help the business be able to sell that product, right? So as a web administrator, right, your job is to manage everything that's on the website. But there's going to be things that now you can go in and provide for that business. And this is something that you're going to do at the job. Like they're going to ask you for these things. You know what I'm saying? Like even like, I wish I could share my screen so we could go in. Let me see if I could set this up. Excuse me if I'm still learning how to use this OBS software. So, and also right now I only got one screen. But let me go in and see if I could go into this, right? So see if I could share my screen, and we're gonna go and look at some jobs. Let's look at some of the things that some of these companies is asking for, okay? And how AI comes into the play, right? So let me see if I could share this screen. Shout out to everybody in here. Dominique says, what level of talent you need to be at to apply for AI automation jobs? Meaning, can you be a beginner with no experience at a job, but you know how to use the AI tools? Will they still hire you? And I would say yes, right? Because again, there's a bunch of different type of jobs. Like when we say AI automation, like a lot of times you're not gonna find that many jobs that will say AI automation, right? Like you're gonna have to go in and look through the job description, right? So like I said, we still sticking with web administrator, email developer, right? Shopify, right? In those three things, you're gonna see that they're mentioning, hey, can you write for the product details? Can you help with SEO? How are you gonna help with SEO? This is where AI comes into the play, right? Where you can say, well, I could write the articles using AI by doing research and getting all the right keywords, looking at the type of keywords that we need to target. And again, you're saving money for the business because now they don't have to go in and hire another person just to do this one job. Like you could go in and knock this out yourself. You know what I'm saying? Michelovi says, the company I work for is fishing gear. I don't fish at all. Word, I feel you on that. I wish I could get into fishing, but I don't know. I just find it like, it's just like a weird thing to be like, hey, I'm just like on a river. People fish, they're not even going to eat the fish. Like, I don't know. I find it weird. But yeah, let me see if I could share my screen. So give me 1 second, guys. Okay. I'm still here. Don't worry. Okay. I'm just getting the sources right so I could share the screen. So let me see. So stick with me. Okay. Let me see. Where is it? Sources, media, scene. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. Okay. So y'all can see my screen, right? All right, cool. Now let me see if I could also add my camera to this thing. So let me see, where is it? Give me 1 second, guys. Where's the camera? What the hell is the camera? Audio, browser, image, media, scene, video capture device. Call this camera. Okay, and here we go. Okay, cool. All right. There we go. Nice. This is live. You know how I like to do this, man. Somebody's like, damn, Joe's so unprofessional. You couldn't do this shit beforehand, Joe? Nah, I like to do it live. All right, cool. So this right here is a position, right? This is a e-commerce growth specialist, Amazon, Shopify, paid media, SEO, etc. Right? A position like this is gonna be one of those things that you're gonna be able to use AI with, right? So, like I said, this company they have a Shopify site, they have their products on Amazon and a bunch of other platforms, right? So again, when it comes to Amazon, look, bonus strong knowledge of Amazon SEO, listing optimizations, organic rank strategy. So this is your bonus. This is where you get to go in and shine, right? The next guy that's gonna come in and apply to this position, all they're gonna know is just the basics, right? They know how to use Shopify, maybe they know some HTML, CSS, right? A couple of little things. But by you actually knowing how to go in and create this type of listings and using AI to maybe even create the images for the product, right? Even helping the company, create like a user generated content in a sense, like where you have a model holding the product. Like there's little things like that is gonna come in handy. Okay, now let me go in and search. Matter of fact, let's start with this. Zapier. Okay. Is it? I can't remember. Zapier is. It's one P. I'm putting two P's. All right. So look at this, right? So again, this is in e-commerce, right? Positions 100% remote. Again, this one's like they want the person to live in the area of Oregon, but this is another type of position where they're gonna ask for things like this. This is the tech stack, right? They're using HubSpot, Salesforce, and Zapier for it's highly preferred for them, right? So there's a bunch of stuff that you're gonna see, and this is one of those keywords that you want to go in and look into, right? Look at this one, technical operations specialist. Okay, it is remote. So look at this. Remember, this is a web administrator position. Now look at the title. If you was to search for a job, right, you wouldn't have thought in your head to even think of technical operations specialist. Like, what does that even mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, most people will miss out on this job opportunity because they just don't know. Sometimes some of these companies they put job titles that are just irrelevant, or just they make it seem like more professional than what it is. You get what I'm saying? Now look at this, right? This is what you're doing. Maintaining, updating the website content via WordPress. Set up and manage email accounts, integrations, and automations. Again, this is where that combination goes in of web administrator, email developer. Guys, when I tell you guys to learn these skills, okay, it's not because of me. I don't wake up in the morning and be like, damn, man, I love emails. I love web administration. No, I'm doing this for you guys, right? Because if someone would have taught me, right, back in the days that there was a position just for someone who knows HTML, CSS, you don't even have to be an expert in JavaScript, just like the basics and just knowing how it works, and then knowing how to use the tools of the job, bro, I would have been doing this shit years ago, right? Back then, right? Remember, it took me a whole year to get a job because I was just so focused on being a front-end developer, right? But I didn't know that there was these opportunities. So when I tell you guys, to pay attention to this, it's for a reason. These type of jobs exist. These are real jobs. This is real opportunities, right? Okay. Look over here, boom, Stripe, WordPress, Google Workspace. This is like the basic stuff. Proven experience leveraging AI tools, ChatGPT, Zapier, Notion AI, automation platforms to optimize workflows. This is what you're gonna be seeing. Okay, there's a 3,000 to 6,000. I don't know. This is wrong per year. It's most likely per month, right? Which brings you to, let's bring the calculator, right? So let's say 5,000, which is the medium between the 3 and the 5, the 6, right? So let's say you get paid 5,000 times 12, right? It's a $60,000 job, right? But it's a good start by having this experience and working in a company like this, right? Working in a company like this, doing this type of work, this opens up the door for you to then later on get bigger roles because you're gonna have experience. You're gonna be able to talk about e-commerce. Like e-commerce is huge, guys. Always remember this. Like every time that you go outside and you go to a store, all of those products are part of e-commerce, right? Yes, you could buy the product physically, but they have online stores. They have either through platforms like Walmart.com or Amazon, right? That's a big industry. Like selling products is never gonna go away, okay? And this is where you're gonna find these opportunities, right? So again, we're just going through here. Look at this. Remember what I told you guys, MarTech operations, right? This is what we're talking about, right? So, of course, in here, HubSpot administration, right? Automation. Look at this. Build, maintain, bi-directional data sync between HubSpot, Worker Magic, right? Which is their project management platform, using Zapier, right? So again, manage the WordPress to HubSpot connection via Gravity Forms. Like, this is everything that I've been telling you guys. But when I say it, people look at me like I'm crazy or something. I'm like, bro, like, if you're trying to get a job, bro, like, this is what you got to be paying attention to. Like, forget about the titles, man. Forget about the titles. Forget about what the next guy is doing, what the next person is talking about. Focus on you, right? Focus on you getting your bag. Okay? So again, we're just looking over here, certain keywords. This one's Zapier. So we're just going through here, right? Operations manager, growth, scale, and AI automations, right? So this is in Miami, remote position, 75 to 95,000. Let's take a look at what this company is looking for, right? Design, implement AI powered workflows to eliminate manual high cost processes, right? So build prompt engineering, automation using tools like Make, Zapier, NAN, right? GPT-based systems, on capacity planning, labor forecasting, etc. Right? All that shit is just jargon, bullshit for the job. Okay? But in this, they're looking for somebody to come in and help them scale this, right? So again, at least 3. Look, what success looks like in 1 year. They're looking for making 3 to 5 manual workflows replaced by automated systems. Okay, there's 75 to 95,000 depending on experience, right? Let me see. And again, all of this is so new that, how can I say this? Like right now, not a lot of people is paying attention to this. Okay, not a lot of people is paying attention to this. It's not like, let's say, front end development or software engineering. Everybody's going for those type of roles, right? You want to go for the things where you could shine, right? When React came out, no one believed in React. I'm telling you this because I was there. I lived it. The moment I learned React, I was getting job offers like this because no one else knew it. The old heads didn't know it, right? It was so new and such a different way of doing things that when you learn React in 2016, 2017, right? Even like 2015, if you just knew about it, right? You was already ahead of the curve, okay? Which allows you to basically get in front of companies even when you don't even have that much experience because no one else knows this specific technology and it's so new. Right now, everyone else is still focusing on man, I want to be a software engineer. I want to do this and that. I'm learning full stack, and all of those things are good. But all the beginners who are focusing on doing full stack development, most of them, they're not gonna find a job. They're gonna get frustrated. They're gonna be on TikTok crying like, "Man, I can't find a job. I got 9 months. I can't." You're not gonna do that. You're gonna go the other way. You're gonna find opportunities where you could shine, even when you don't have experience and you are still brand new. Okay, because this is new. This is all new stuff. Like, there's not a guy that could come up and be like, "Yeah, I've been doing automations for 20 years." Like, yeah, what you was using? Manual code, but we're using tools now, right? So the average person can't show up there and be like, "Well, we have 20 years, 10 years." Nah, this shit is like, it's fresh, it's new. You get what I'm saying? Again, look at this growth manager. This is where you go in when you start in the small companies where they'll pay you 60, 80,000 dollars, right? This is where you're gonna end up at after you have experience, because these type of jobs, right? This is a company called Ramp, growth manager. This is pretty much the same thing as a web administrator, but in reality, you have more responsibilities and more. How can I say this? You're gonna be more the face of this type of job, right? So you're gonna be working with the CEO. You're gonna be working with the lead developers, etc. Right? The lead designers, because at the end of the day, for this type of role to be paying 112 to 154,000, you have to understand this shit doesn't come with just, oh, you do your job, right? And you do a good job. No, this comes with, I gotta go in and talk to the shareholders. I gotta go in and, let's say if they have like clients, or let's say it was an agency, you're gonna be the guy explaining to the clients, hey, this is why we're gonna be using this system. This is why we're automating this. This is gonna save you time on this, on this, on this. Always remember, the moment you break into 100,000 and up, every job pays that much because of the responsibilities that you're gonna have. I know people that, they don't take a $100,000 job because they like to chill, meaning that they like to have a chill, lifestyle where they go to work, they do their job, right? And that's it. Like, they good at their job, but they don't want the responsibilities. They don't want to be in face. They don't want to be presenting. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what comes with that, right? And that's just how it is for every career. Okay, so always remember that yes, these type of jobs, they start you off anywhere from 60 to $80,000, but you can continue to grow into bigger roles. But it also comes with responsibilities. Now, of course, if you stay at a company and you're working there for 2 to 3 years, right, and you started at, let's say, 75, by the time you're at 2, 3 years, you'll be making 90. You get what I'm saying? You'll be making 90 because that's how, they start giving you raises, right? Especially if it's a company where they give bonuses depending on the results of, what has been happening at the company and how many sales they've been having, for example, right? But yeah, so it's like there's opportunities for all of this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to you if you really want to go into that, right? And pay attention to it. Shout out to everybody in here. I see my boy Freddie Martinez. What's going on, bro? I guess this is when you get to pop up in the live streams. You're like, yo, I can't pop up at 12 o'clock. I'll pop up in the nighttime. Oh, man. Let me see, reading through here, going through the chat, guys. Let me see. Okay, reading through here. Real Paradox. Paradox, what's going on, my guy? Haven't talked to you in a minute. Been a long time, man. I'm trying to bring it back. I'm going back into 2017 mode. You know what I'm saying? Lots of live streams, lots of videos, right? Trying to do it at least, 2 times a day, God willing, right? Like, God willing, I have the energy to do this like how I used to, but that's what I want to do. I want to get back into my grind mode. So you're going to see me here popping up. Okay. Let me see. E-commerce merchandiser. Let me see. Have a friend who does AI automation. He's teaching me. He's I'm doing really good, but I have about 3 weeks to go to be job ready. Okay, nice. Magdu says coding phase after dark. Yes, sir. Let me see. AI automation course soon. Yes, that's what I've been working on. You'll see the bags under my eyes. I'm grinding, bro. We knocking this shit out. Yeah, because it's one of those things. It's like the Shopify wave, right? For those of you guys that been here with me for a minute, right? You remember in 2020, 2021, 22, I told you guys Shopify was big, right? The pandemic was here at the time. All the companies were opening up Shopify stores, right? Switching over to Shopify, and there was a bunch of jobs out here for Shopify, right? And the people that know about Shopify and just knowing the system, you was getting jobs left and right. Okay, right now there's still jobs for Shopify. Like right now, if we search Shopify, you'll still see a bunch of jobs. But at the time was a frenzy, right? What does that mean? That means that companies were like, hey, it's a gold rush, right? Everybody making money online. We need to start selling products online. Every store was closed, this, and that, right? And that was a great opportunity for those of you guys that actually followed through and got into it, right? When I told you. Shout out to all my guys that jump into that Shopify wave. And there's a lot of you guys that's still doing Shopify that enjoy it, because Shopify is an ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like Shopify is not going away, bro. Shopify, Salesforce, right? Like there's certain systems that is just like, bro, like it's too big to fail type shit. Okay. Reading through here. I saw somebody left a comment. Says, I recently purchased the trading course. Damn, it's a real course. 8 hours, I think. I mean, it's not like 8 hours. It's a couple of hours. I try to give you as much details and try to help you out as much as I can. Give you, all of the technical information that you're gonna need. Of course, I always tell you, hey, trading is risky. Do it with the simulator first, and then from there jump into the real thing. Today I'll be honest, man. Today I got killed trading. I don't know why I decided this week. I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump into futures. I don't like futures, right? Because futures, what happens is that anything could happen, right? And especially with everything that's happening right now in the world, with the war in Iran, with freaking Trump talking shit and putting a tweet and the whole market crashes. Yo, today I got killed. Like I'm telling you, killed. Like bad. Like no matter what I did, everything was coming out bad. Every trade was, not every trade is just, I don't know. There was like, how can I say this? So the market crashed today, right? So I was trading futures, trading S&P 500, right? And all I had to do was just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just short it and leave it alone. But something kept telling me, oh, it's about to pop up right now. It's gonna come back up because it dropped so much. I've never seen it drop this much. Like it was nasty. And every time that I would go in, I would get faked out and the shit drops even more. So by the end of the day, I got killed on that shit because I just couldn't believe that it dropped that much. We're talking about like 120 points. It was at some point, it was like it was a 6,620, 630, something like that, right? And it dropped all the way to like 6,520, right? And then on top of that, I go in. Oh my God, that got me frustrated. I'm still frustrated. I think I'm taking a little time off. Of the market, just off the strength of like, yo, how bad this shit was. Like I'm like literally traumatized type shit. Like this shit was so bad today that I've never seen some shit like this. I know there's times that it drops like crazy, but I've never seen it drop this much. And not even one little retracement. A retracement means that it drops, comes back up, and then boom. If it's gonna continue, it drops. We didn't even have one retracement. It was the whole day down. Like, it was so nasty. So a lot of people got killed today because of that. Because you're thinking in your head, okay, yo, there's a lot of fucking points. Like, we're gonna go to zero. We can't go to zero. We can't drop 100 points. Guess what? We dropping 100 points today, bro. And every point it's around $5 on micro contracts. Bro, I got killed, man. I don't even want to fucking think about it. I've never gotten killed like this much. Like this was bad. And it's because, again, I should have just followed the trend and just minded my own business. Just let it ride. Be like, boom, let that shit ride all the way to the bottom. It's just I couldn't believe that it was dropping that much. And every time that I'm like, okay, well, we go from, 630. Okay, we go under 600. Okay, under 600. Okay, we go under 600. Okay, we go to 590. Okay, 580. Okay, cool. 570. At 570, we got to come back up. No, it drops even more, goes to 580. Bro, we at 550 now. It has to come back up. No, we going deeper. And this shit was so bad. And then the messed up thing is that they manipulated the market so much at the end that they popped it up. So let's say right now you had, you're like, okay, this shit's been dropping all day. Let me put it to, let me just short it. The last few minutes of the fucking market, it did a God candle. Basically retraced the whole fucking movement. Everything that it dropped throughout the whole day, it went back up 100 points in one candle. Bro, like, this is like meme coins right now. The market's like meme coins right now. So yeah, stick to stocks, bro. Stick to stocks. I don't even know why I decided to go into futures. I'm so mad at myself. Because futures is in a sense, is like the most dangerous and volatile market to get into. And something, I was like, in my head, I'm like, this week is gonna drop, so I'm gonna jump into futures and catch that whole wave coming down. But for whatever reason, I don't know, it's like a mental block that you have. You're like, nah, this shit can't drop this much. At some point, it has to come back up. And every time that it will come back up, boom, drop like crazy. Yeah, bro, it was bad. I'm still traumatized. It's like, it's like that Kanye song. What Kanye said on one. Kanye said, what was it? Kanye said some crazy shit on a song. He said one time something like, "Yo, it's like an uncle who touched you. It's like an uncle who touched you, and you can't cut through." Yo, you traumatized. You're like, what the hell? I feel abused today, bro. Like, I've never been abused by the market like that today. Today was just, it was so nasty, man. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's move on from it, bro. Let me see, reading through here. Reading through the chat. By the way, guys, if you're watching this right now, guys, and you support your boy, please go to codingphase.com. Sign up. It's $1 a day, right? Literally, like, you're not going to find it cheaper than that, okay? I'm trying to make it super affordable for all of you guys and creating a great platform. We have the portfolio templates. We have the resume builder. Like, I created a lot of cool stuff for you guys on codingphase.com and creating even more content and more value. We have the job board. We have a whole bunch of things at codingphase.com that I built for you guys to use. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't build it just to build it. This is things that I know is going to give you an edge. And that's why I went in and built it. All right. So go and sign up to codingphase.com, man. If you support your boy, at least a month, go in, try it out, try the new services, try out the new things, get your resume built, apply to some of the jobs that we post on the job board, right? Check out this new career path, the AI automations, once it drops this weekend. Get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, take advantage, man. I've never led you the wrong path. And again, definitely come through. Let me see. To do automation, do you recommend still master HTML, CSS, JavaScript? I would say HTML, CSS. JavaScript, you just need the foundation. You just need the foundation of what JavaScript is. Okay. A lot of these tools for AI automation, you don't need JavaScript. Okay. And even at that, like you can use, even when you're not an expert, you can still use AI to help you with things that you might not know. Okay. So, but definitely at least learn HTML, CSS so you can understand, you know, the web, the foundation of it. JavaScript can come in secondary, right? But like I said, because you're gonna be using tools. Like this is like the best part of this shit, right? So let's say right now you are decent with HTML, CSS, right? Maybe you're not even that good with JavaScript at all. You're like, man, I just don't get it. It just doesn't click, right? You could still get hired now because in reality, you're using tools, right? What you got to know is the workflows and knowing how to use the tools. That's it, okay? For a lot of these roles, you don't have to be a JavaScript expert. And this is like what we was talking about on the last live stream. Like somebody popped up in the live stream. He's like, oh, you don't know about Rust. You don't know about Golang and this and that. And I'm like, bro, there's jobs for everybody here. There's opportunities for everybody. That's like you going into a designer and telling them, yo, you don't know about Rust? It's like, bro, like that shit has nothing to do with my job, right? Like I could go in and be like, hey, I'm gonna learn it if I want to, if I want to go deeper into like programming and stuff like that, but it has nothing to do with my job. You know what I'm saying? And that's the cool part about these new opportunities. And right. And I think a lot of people, this is why they're so nervous and so scared of AI, is because in a sense, what this is doing and with all of these AI tools and all of these workflows, what it's doing is it's allowing more people, regular folks, to get into tech, right? Tech is not just the people who built the tools. Tech is anybody who is in a space using technology to do their job, right? And that's the shit that a lot of people don't get. Because even like when you see the title, coding phase, right? We go through the coding phase, right? But it's really to solve a problem. If tomorrow we just need the basics of coding and we don't even have to be building full stack applications, that's what we're gonna have to do, right? Because at the end of the day, what we care about is solving a problem. When you solve a problem for a business, right, you get paid for that. And that's what a lot of people need to understand. Like they're gonna stay behind. If you're still in this mindset of I gotta build everything from scratch. I gotta, I gotta flex my programming skills. There's a room for that, right? There's a room for that. And those guys, they're over there. In this room, it's not about that. In this room is what can I do to solve a problem? What can I use to solve this problem fast, right? And get paid. And that's what we're focusing on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Freddie Martinez says, I kept my way into a Shopify contract role during COVID. Companies needed all hands on deck. Yep. Reading one to do. David E says, with the war going on and the extreme volatility, nothing really makes sense in the markets right now. Yeah, bro, it's bad. David E says, wow, I just looked at the candle you talked about. That's a crazy move. Yeah, bro. You know what's crazy, bro? After I've been getting beat the whole day by the market, right? There was a moment where it was 520, right? I get in, I say, take it. I started the day with 1,000. That whole 1,000, I basically ended up with 200 in my pocket, right? So it was just L's after L's. I mean, it wasn't L after those times I got to make money, but because of when I did get caught, when I got caught, I got caught. But what's crazy about it is the last, it was like at 520. And I was like 522. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna let this shit ride. I think I had like 400, 500 in it. Right? The shit goes, whoop, drops to 517. And I'm like, yes. So I'm shorting it, right? I'm shorting. I just said, I'm tired of trying to go long because I believe that this is the moment where it stops dropping so much. And I gave into it. So at the end, at the final fucking trade, bro, I go in, I say, I'm shorting it, and I'm just gonna let it ride. Cause that's what I should have done from the beginning of the day. It's just like, yo, just let it ride. Cause if it's dropping, it's dropping. That's it. Don't try to predict the fucking the trade. If the market's showing you, yo, we dropping, right? But guess what happened? It goes from 522 all the way to 517, and then it starts coming back up. Now, mind you, I'm driving. I had to go to the pharmacy. I need some pills that I take, some high blood pressure pills, and I didn't have no more, and I had to go. So this is like the last, and when it comes to like trading, you can't trade at the final fucking hour, bro. That power hour could go either way. So I go in and I let it ride, and I was like, oh shit, I'm about to catch a fucking break. I'm about to make all my bread back, right? In one shot. Bro, the shit goes to 517, starts coming back up. And now, mind you, I'm driving. I'm trying to do this shit through the phone. And this is why I tell you guys, even in the course, I tell people, do not trade on your phone. That's going to be your downfall. Again, it's a rule that I have that sometimes I break too because I'm human, right? So I go in, I put that trade boom, and I'm supposed, because when you're on your computer, you can set your stop, your stops, and your take profit, right? Because it's on the phone, boom, I just got in, shorted, and I couldn't get out because I'm driving, and I'm like, I gotta drive, I gotta fucking, there's mad trucks, and I couldn't even do nothing. So I go in, I'm like, I'm gonna let it ride because it's been dropping so much. I go in, I let it ride, bro, drops to 17, then starts coming back up. Now I'm scrambling. I'm driving, scrambling like this. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to get into an accident. That's the last thing that I need. So I'm like, boom, I park. And when I park, I go in and I'm looking at the shit. And but this is how I got caught so many times throughout the day of like, okay, it drops a little bit, right? Comes back up and then drops again. And I said, I'm not selling. I'm not buying again. I'm letting this short play out however it's gonna play out. Bro, then out of nowhere comes in and it just goes to 530. And at 5, it goes to 530, it starts coming back down, like how it's been doing the whole day. I said, we good. The shit goes from 530 all the way to fucking 600, bro. I'm just like this, bro. I'm looking around like, bro, this is what I was waiting for the whole fucking day. This is what I was waiting for the whole day. The whole day, I've been getting caught like this. And this is the exact moment that I was waiting for the whole day. And it happened at the end of the market. And because I don't do prop firms, I trade with my own thing, my own bread. Each contract at that time would have been $1,300. It's like basically buying a mini instead of a micro contract. And at that point, I got stopped out. Basically, I got liquidated because I had like 4 contracts at the time. when I was shorting it. I had like maybe like I don't know, like I had like $500 on it, and the shit goes up, boom. I'm thinking it's gonna come back down. The shit, fucking Weeble said you got liquidated, bro. You got liquidated. They'll close it for you. They closed it for me and say, "Yo, here's your little $200, bro. You just got killed." Bro, but you know what it is? Oh my god. 4 contracts. If I would have just went long, but the reason why I didn't go long because I've been going long the whole day. Every time that I would do this, every 30 points, I'm like, it has to come back up. Like this is the moment. Like this shit can't go to zero. It can't drop fucking 200 points. At that point, the fucking it drops 200 points, bro. The fucking world is on fire, type shit. Like if the market was to drop 200, 300 points, it would have, on the ES. So I'm there, bro. I'm just like this, bro. I'm there, like with that, imagine this from 420 80. Let me see, Chat GPT this shit. 80 points. Profit. 4 contracts. I mean, it's not that much. It's 1,600. It would have been 1,600 in profit. But still, bro, I would have basically made all my money back, and I would have been up an extra $600 for the day. But shit was just crazy, bro. Let me see. Yeah, no, I don't. That's why I don't do prop firms because prop firms is like, it's bullshit, bro. They got mad rules, and you can't even fucking get your money out. Anyways, man, let me see. We're in through here to the chat. What's going on? Who's in here with me? Who's live with me? Talk to me. Let me go and check on YouTube on the app. Because through here, like, I don't see every single chat. So I want to see what's going on with you guys. So, yeah, man, I see a couple of you guys in here. What do you think of your main sir says, what do you think about becoming a smart contract engineer? I'll be honest with you, bro. That Web3, DeFi, all of that shit, bro, like, ain't no money in it. Like, and when I say no money in it, there's a lot of money, but for the right people, right? And the people with connections. Like, you got to be in that space. That's like one of those things where it's who you know, and depending on who you know, like, that's how much money you make. Because it's hard to get those type of positions, right? Like, there's not that many of them. Okay, because even though people say, "Oh, this shit is the future," people's not using, those smart contracts. To be honest with you, like there's not really a use case. I mean, there's use cases, but it just hasn't been implemented. So you will have to find like a startup. You will have to find like a company that's focused on Web3 technology. Like now, in a sense, like that's like a niche within a niche within a niche. So you have more luck being a Ruby on Rails developer. And if you know what I mean by that, that means like there's barely any jobs for that. And the jobs that's there, everyone wants it. You see, for me, I don't like to focus on things like that that's very competitive. And someone might say, well, what, you don't believe in yourself, Joe? You don't think that you could do it? And you could shine in that? No, it's not that. For me, it's more like that it's not worth the effort for me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I give you an example. Like if you was to get a job doing smart contracts. You're gonna have to compete with a bunch of people, okay, with a bunch of people around the world, right? And let's say there's maybe 1,000 jobs for the whole world, right? Now you got a network. Now you gotta rub elbows with this guy to be able to be seen. You gotta be on Twitter. You gotta be doing this. I don't want to do that shit. Because if you go in, you be like, how much do these people make? Some of them make like 90, 100. Some of them make like 130, 140. And I'm like, okay, I could make that same type of money in other industries and other type of jobs and be able to do it with my eyes closed, meaning that I don't have to go through the hoops. It's like when people go in and be like, well, I want to go work at Fang. Whenever I've gone through that process of like applying to those companies, bro, look at this. I had a situation last year, right? Where I had applied to a position for Meta, right? I did one interview, right? And I was supposed to have another 5 interviews. And when they gave me that rundown, I'm like, yo, we're gonna do this, then you're gonna do this, and can you come down to over here to California for this? I just went in, I just didn't even answer the rest of the fucking email after that. I left them on scene. Because I just don't feel like for you to get hired, you shouldn't have to go through hell, right? Especially when people have hit you up. If a recruiter hits me up from Meta and be like, hey, we would like to da-da-da, and we think you would be a great fit for this and that. You want me. I don't want to fucking go over there. You know what I'm saying? You want me. So if you want me, why do I got to do 5 fucking interviews, right? And that's the shit that when I go in and I'll be like, okay, what type of jobs I want to go for and apply to. That's how I go in and I start disqualifying industries and type of roles. I don't want to do 4 or 5 interviews. I don't want to go in and fucking be doing algorithms and leak code and preparing 6 months to do leak code. I was just talking to a friend of mine. She has a TikTok. Maybe I'll bring her over here to YouTube, introduce you guys to her. She actually is like a senior software engineer at Netflix. She worked at Netflix, Apple. I think now she was working at Roblox, right? And she's like top notch, right? And she was telling me that when she was thinking about leaving Roblox to go to the new company that she's working at now, that she spent 6 months going through leak code. Mind you, she has years of experience. Went to Stanford University, right? Fucking has her computer science degree, right? I don't know if she got her master's too, but she has so much shit, and she still got to do 6 months of training at home. So when she come home after doing mad shit at a fucking fan company, right? She still got to come home and now fucking prepare herself because she wants to apply to another company for 6 months. And she already has experience working in Fang, right? So when you hear about shit like that, you start thinking to yourself like, is this worth it, right? Is this worth it? And for some people, it might be worth it because you'd be like, okay, I could make like $300,000 from this company, so it might be worth it. But then at the same time, for someone like me, I don't need 300,000. It would be nice, but I could make that shit on my own. And when I think about it, I'm like, do I want to go in and sit down for 6 months every fucking day when I want to hang out with my kids? Like, look right now, right before I got live, what did I do? I got to play with my son some Dragon Ball Z. We play a little fighting game. We play Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, the game. Shit, we had fun. We got to enjoy ourselves, right? Like, once you reach a certain point in your life, you don't want to be going through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, for her, I think she could do it because she's married, but she don't got no kids. It's like, in a sense, like, it's like still like a, how you call this? It's like college lifestyle type shit, right? And maybe when I was, you know, 2012, 2013, maybe I would want to do that, or maybe I could have done it at the time. But at this stage in my life, I don't want to be doing shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put my life on hold for 6 months and preparing to fucking somebody to give me a fucking job that I could do regardless, and that I've been doing for years. And I gotta go in and fucking do all these riddles and all this crazy shit for getting one job. Like, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, I myself, I might be going back into the market. I've been thinking about it. That's why I'm building this, this career path, the AI automations, right? Because this might be like, in a sense, like this the final boss for coding phase, right? We have the web administrator, email developer, right? AI automations, right? We have Shopify development, right? And that's all we really need. Like, I don't need to be creating a million fucking courses, a million fucking things, because in reality, the moment this doesn't work, that's when I go in and say, okay, what's next, right? Maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who knows? But as long as this career path is still there and there's still a lot of opportunities on it, like, I'm good. I don't need to, um, you know, go in and be making like a bunch of courses. Like in 2017, when I first started, remember I used to do mad courses. Like, basically, I just did a brain dump and taught every single type of fucking thing that I've ever used, right? And then when a new framework will come out, we'll create a new course. Like, that don't make no sense to be doing that in 2026. Now it's just about creating specific courses for specific jobs, right? And that's what I'm doing right now, knocking this out. But I'm also gonna have, I believe, more time for myself. And one of the things that I want to do, that I have in the back of my mind, is I want to go in and go on the fire path, right? Of retirement early, bro. I don't want to be working till like I'm fucking dead. Like, I don't want to do it, right? So one of the things that I'm planning on doing is creating all of these things that will help my business run on its own. Like right now, we have the automations, we have the resume builder. We have so many things that I used to do manually. I used to go in and help somebody build a resume, or I will go in and give them, hey, search for this template, search for this thing. Let me go over your portfolio. Guess what? Now I'll go in and I'll give you the portfolio template you need to use for you to get a job. I'll go in and give you a tool so you could build the resume the best way that it should be, right? And that way, now that frees up more time for me to be able to do other things. So one of the things that I'm planning on doing is, most likely I join another company. Like, I got a interview for a company for is growth manager, right? Supervisor Joe. Here comes Supervisor Joe, right? Right? And you might think in your head, Joe, but why don't you go for software engineering or this, and that? I don't want to do that type of work for nobody. Other than me. I love to code, but I just don't want to do it for companies. I just don't get excited about that, right? So now I'm going into the space, right, of AI automations, and in reality, it's mostly just using tools. And who's better to go in and tell you about the industry, right, than me, and actually being inside of the industry doing it as well, but with a plan, right? My plan is, I want to retire early, right? I'm 38. I'm going to be 39 this year. I need to start going in and simplifying my life. This is one of the reasons why I got rid of my house. I got rid of a lot of shit that was just like holding me down. There was a point where, in a sense, how can I say, it's like my lifestyle was like a $20,000-$30,000 a month type thing. I've already crunched that shit down all the way to $6,000-$7,000. Okay, So we don't fucking reduced everything to like 75% almost. And why am I doing that? Because I have to. I can't continue working as much as I fucking work forever. And the best way to do this is by removing a lot of the costs, you know, the life creep, all the random shit, right? You know, my wife is working now. She could help me out with other shits too, right? And now I just want to simplify my life. I want to simplify my life. You know, even like right now, I still got my car. Once I pay off this car, should be pretty soon, right? Once I get rid of that payment, I'm done with like fucking random payments. Same shit with like a couple of loans. I got a couple of loans and little things like that that are business loans. So once I get through all that shit, and I should be done pretty soon, hopefully by this end of this year, like my goal is having zero debt, zero big fucking expenses, and just simplify my life. And one of the things that I feel like is gonna help me do that is by going in and getting another role, right? Because a lot of the businesses that I do is online. All of this shit I could do it in a sense, like, you know, from home, and you know, I could do this shit online when I get home, right? So now I'm like, okay, I want to get back to my 2017 days where I was grinding. I was like, okay, I go to work, right? Make my bread, and I got double, triple, quadruple income. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to focus on, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like, if I do this right, I could be done. I could work for 2 years. And in 2 years, I'm fucking retired if I do it right. In 2 years, I'll be fucking done. By the time I'll be like, yo, I'm 41, guys. I don't work for nobody. I don't fucking do shit. I fucking just chill. I could be chilling with my kids, playing PlayStation all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And the way to do that is by working mad hard. And I have to do it. Because if not, then, you know, I'm in the same cycle. You know what I'm saying? And I could have probably done it before, man, but I didn't know about financial literacy. Like, there were so many things that I could have done. I could have fucking put the money in the market, let it just sit, right? Um, you know, the fucking house, like, I'll be honest, that's just set. It put such a hole in my fucking life. Like, it's bad. Like, it's fucking bad and stressful. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got all this fucking grades. Like, y'all saw me. I was fucking good. From just being here in Florida, I don't fucking grew a bunch of gray hairs and all the drama and all the shit that I've been through here in Florida. And half of the shit that I haven't even fucking shared with you guys. So when you see me, you're like, damn, Joe, good, da da. There's days that I'm like, bro, like, I'll be fucking stressed the fuck out. Like, because the problem is that everything falls on me. I mean, look, my dad just passed away, right? For the last almost 10 years, I was paying for him everything. Like, from he goes to the doctor, freaking his house, you know, where he got to move, when he got to go to a doctor's appointment. This is all that shit. I cover that shit. Fucking nobody was working here. You know, my family. It's just me. I'm the head of the household, so I gotta fucking go in and do all of this shit, right? And I gotta handle it. Something happens, I'm the one who's fucking dealing with it. I'm whatever. Same shit with like my mom. My mom will call me up. Yo, Joe, can you send me $500? Joe, send me $800. Joe, can you pay for my thing? Joe, can you pay for my electricity bill? And I did that shit for years and years and years and years, right? And now I realize, I'm like, my biggest problem is I never say no to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't say no to people, right? If like you go come in and you tell me, hey Joe, I need this, I'm like, all right, bro, take my shit, boom, and I'll be fucking freezing because I don't know how to say no, right? And it's something that I'm working on now that I need to work on like even more. So with all that being said, the number one thing that I want to do is just completely focus on me, focus on how do I simplify my life completely. And I might even go in and move to another country. I might move to Dominican Republic. I might move to the Philippines. I might move to Thailand, right? Just in the search of, I just want to survive with like $1,000 straight up. Like if I could find somewhere I say, well, I took care of everything with $1,000, bro, I'll be fucking good, right? Because it got to a point where it was like fucking really out of hand. Like I remember, like 20, like give me an example, like 2020, you know, there was months there's like $40,000, $50,000 months that is just expenses and random shit. And then when I go in, I fix this house, do all this shit, then a hurricane comes and hits it, fucking destroys the shit. Now I gotta go in and build all that shit. It's like $200,000, bro. Like it's money that I think about it now. I'm like, bro, all this shit I should have just fucking put it in a fucking S&P 500. Just let it ride. Just let it fucking ride. You know what I'm saying? Or a bunch of ETFs. I just didn't know. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you fall into this trap of the American dream. You get what I'm saying? Of like, you just want to fucking, it's like even back then when I used to say, man, fuck saving, just make more money. And it's true, make more money. But the truth is like, when is it enough, right? When is making money enough? And what I realized over time is I just want my freedom back. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want my freedom back. I'm not asking for much. I want to have that freedom that I used to have where, you know, if I want to stay up all night playing fucking League of Legends, I could do that. I can't do that no more. I have so many responsibilities, so many fucking people depending on me, and so much shit, right? Because in a sense, I put myself in a situation where everyone is looking up to me to figure shit out. I should have fucking used my brain and say, hey, I can't do it like this. You get what I'm saying? So now with this new job, um, one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go overtime, work as hard as hell, to then from there I'm buying my freedom back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm buying my freedom back in 2026. Yeah, because sometimes you think about like, hey, you want to make all this money, you want to make all this shit, but how much work you got to do for that shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it like this. Look, Coding Phase has been very successful. We've done pretty damn good. But think about it like this. There was a point where I was doing almost 6 hours of recording, right? Sometimes like my freaking throat hurt sometimes because of like recording videos, re-recording, editing, doing all this shit. Then jumping on YouTube. Then from there, hopping on calls and meetings with clients or with students that want to come into Coding Phase and they got questions, and I will hop in the call because I'm dedicated like that. I'm like, yeah, I want to do it myself. I don't want to have some random guy come in and talk about what we can do for him. Let me go and do it myself. So I'm like working overtime and doing all this shit, and it is profitable, but the amount of work that I have to do to make this bread is like, yo, that shit is not worth it to me. I start thinking about it. I'm like, that shit is not worth it. It's like, in a sense, I'm like, I got like my boy. Shout out to my boy Angel, right? Yeah, remember I did a live stream with Angel. Angel chilling. He every month he's in Puerto Rico. When's the last time that you guys have seen me take a vacation? And be like, damn, the last time I went somewhere was New York. I went to New York, right? Angel, I don't know exactly how much he earns, right? I'm not in his pockets, right? But I'm sure that I probably made more. But he is more free than me, right? Like I'd rather be like that, where it's like shit. He's in Puerto Rico all the time. He's traveling here. He's doing this and that. Me, I'm just working because I have to fucking delegate a million things. I gotta be the fucking savior. I gotta fucking do all this shit for everybody. I can't say no. So it's like now I'm like this year, you know what? I might go and do this shit. Cause just to get my freedom back. Like work double and do my businesses and do as much as I can so I could just, you know, buy my shit back and be like, yo, that's it. I don't know nothing to nobody. I don't fucking gotta pay nothing. I don't have no big responsibility. I have no connections to nobody. And I'm like, yo, I'm in Dominican Republic, guys. Like, your boy is free, right? Like, it's crazy because, like, you think, like, everybody's dream is to come to America. But the problem with America is that no matter how much money you make or what you do, you're still a fucking hamster in the same wheel. You get what I'm saying? You're still a hamster in the same wheel, right? It doesn't matter. It's like you're constantly having to fucking work. You're constantly having to pay something. You're constantly having to fucking keep up with the Joneses. You constantly, you never good enough. You got an iPhone, but nah, you want the iPhone fucking 16 or 17 Pro Max, right? Now I got all that shit out of my head, bro. Like right now, even like me, shit, I used to be buying mad clothes. I still got this shirt. I'm fucking going like, I'm going simple. After all that shit with my fucking house, bro, like that shit just taught me one thing, that you work so hard for all of this shit, and all that shit could be gone like this anyways. So what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? Are you enjoying your life? You know, that's the number one thing. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you just gonna continue to work forever? For what? To keep buying more shit that could break. Like, I give you, there's so much shit like that. I'll be thinking in my head, like, look, I bought a Ryobi lawnmower thingy, right? The ride around lawnmower, electric, and all of this shit was really nice, really cool. I spent like $5,000-$6,000 on that shit. That shit broke down in less than 2 months. $5,000-$6,000 gone, right? And I still gotta pay the Mexican dudes to come and cut my grass, right? Because even if when I had it, I didn't have the time to even go and cut my grass. You get what I'm saying? So all of that shit just made me realize, like, yo, I'm not doing that shit again. Now I gotta start looking at life differently. Like, I already did everything. I already got the fucking big ass house, the fucking the big cars, the fucking convertible. I've done all of that shit. Now what do I want out of this shit? And it's really my time. You know what I'm saying? My time of my peace of mind to just be able to relax, to not even think about anything. I don't have to take care of nobody. I don't want to fucking take care of nobody. That I only take care of my kids, and that's it. I don't want to take care of nobody, right? And that's the shit that I'm working on. You know what I mean? For this year, that's the number one thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back over here. There's a lot of good opportunities here, like shit from home. Like, like this position that I got this interview this week on, growth manager. This shit is so fucking easy. It's really just focusing on, how you call this shit, helping the company grow, social media, helping them with setting up automations, working with Salesforce. Simple shit that I do with my eyes closed. And the role is like 90,000, 100,000, right? I'll probably try to push it. Give me 120. Give me 120 real quick. And all of that cash and whatever I make from that is just, boom, buying my freedom back. No responsibility, nothing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, even with Coding Phase, you see me, I don't even, like, I come here to YouTube. I'm trying to fucking help people as much as I can, but I'm not grinding like how I used to be. Like, I'm doing a video, this, and that, I do all this stuff. I just been fucking chilling. I've been to myself. But now this year, I'm gonna crank it up, just because I'm like, I'm not hitting 40 doing the same shit that I was doing at 30. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta go in and really, crank this shit up, create a plan, and create an exit plan. My exit plan probably gonna be Dominican Republic, gonna be Thailand, some shit, somewhere where it's like, bro, like with one fucking, how you call it, with one shit that I'm making a month, that I could live for 6, 7 months type shit. And can it be done? Yeah, it could definitely be done. And one of the things when you have kids, like one of the things that kind of in a sense stops you from doing shit like that is because you're like, man, what about, you know, you want the kids to go to school or this, and that. Now I'm like, fuck that. There's a lot of people that do this and they homeschool their kids or they send them to private schools. And then, what you do is you send your kids to activities. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have a kid in school. You don't even learn shit in school, right? School is more for, it's like a daycare, right? And social type of thing. But in reality, your kid don't even need to go to school. Your kid could go to online school. This is the way of the future. You know what I'm saying? Learn online, right? And then go to activities, join a team, join, this group meeting, etc. So then you could still be social. But then having that stress of like that, like 7 to 3 p.m. and you're locked into a school, it's like, nah, that shit don't fucking, it's bullshit. Just pull a Chris Hughes right quick. Yeah, so it's like that's my plan. My plan is like, all right, let's make this shit happen. But we got to do it this year. Relaxo, Maxo. So what you're saying, Relaxo, Maxo? You're like, damn, what happened? Bottom line, get assets to work for you, live with dividends, passive income. I'm confused. You got the shaking, you got the hand in the forehead. What you trying to say? I mean, put me on. You know, I'm trying to see what you're trying to what you trying to say, my guy. I don't know, bro. I'm just sharing, how I feel. What's my plan? You know, you got to do what you got to do for yourself. I just, I've been doing this shit for mad long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also have to figure something out of like, how do I go in and go for, for the big 40s, the big 4 O's. You get what I'm saying? You got to plan shit out. I'm not one of these people that live from day to day, bro. I'm one of these people that I lose fucking sleep thinking about what can I do different for the future. Let me see. Marker Harrison says, for real, we're going to homeschool our kids. So much freedom. You can vacation when you want, not tied down to a school schedule. Yeah, I think that shit fucks it up, bro. If you're stuck, there. How you call this shit? You're stuck in with kids in school. You're like, oh, September's coming up or August is coming up. It's like that shit. It's fucking irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like, especially because I'll be seeing so many people. Like I follow a couple of people online that they figured it out, which is how you homeschool, how you fucking have the kids learn at home, and then from there that allows you to travel. Because if not, then I gotta travel. I gotta disappear for 6 months. I'm like, all right, kids, it's like I told my wife, like, yo, if y'all ain't trying to do this shit with me, like, shit, it is what it is. Joe's out. I'll be back in 6 months. Every 6 months I come back around and type shit. Like, that's it. I don't fucking, I want to travel. I want to get the fuck out. You get what I'm saying? Like, because like, that's the shit that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to buy a house back in like 2018, 2019. And I was like, man, I don't know if I should buy a house or not. which again was the worst fucking decision. But at the time, I was like, I don't want to be tied down. I hate the idea of being tied down. Like you have to be in one area. Like right now, if I want to move to New York, I can move to New York. If I want to go to DR, I could go to DR. Like nothing is tying me down. You get what I'm saying? Relax, relax. It's like, yo, what the hell? Nah, bro, it's the truth. It's like, bro, this is another thing too that people get this shit wrong, man. You can still fucking travel. You can still move. Like, you can still do what you have to do. Like, I think about these people that do like military, right? They go in, go to fucking Europe, do 6 months, a year over there. Go to fucking Oregon, do 6 months, a year. Go 2, 3 years in Tampa. Go to 2, 3 years in Atlanta, Georgia. Like, in a sense, that's the type of lifestyle that I want to live. Like, I'm a nomad. You know what I'm saying? From nature. Like, my dream was literally, this was my dream. One of the reasons why I started learning how to code. Back in the days, there was a thing called digital nomad, right? Before it became normal to be remote, right? That was a thing. There's guys like Peter Levels, there's a bunch of other guys, right? Johnny FD, a bunch of them, right? That really inspired me back then to say, you know what, I gotta do this. I gotta learn how to make money online. What are the skills that I need to learn? What are the things that I need to do, right? And my dream was just to go to Thailand. Like 2016, that was what I was gonna do. I was gonna go to Thailand, and you know, things happen, life happens, right? We got kids, all this stuff, right? But at the same time, I realized that you still gotta do what you wanted to do. You get what I'm saying? Joe gotta deploy himself. Relax, Max says, "Yeah, I was going to Nomad, go to Chiang Mai, but they're single, bro. You're now the family don. Well, the family don got to fucking deploy to Chiang Mai. You know what I mean? We'll be back. That's it. Look, man, I'm not I'm not limiting myself, bro. And the thing that's the hardest is like for me, because it's not like nobody tells me like, hey, you can't go nowhere or whatever the fuck. For me, it's harder because it's like I still gotta learn how can I say this? Like how to be able to be away from my kids for a long period. Like my kids went to New York last year. They went for like a couple of days. And the whole time I'm in the house, I'm like, yo, I'm like, where's my kids, yo? What's Ethan doing? What's Jason doing? Why there's no Lila breaking stuff. There's no Kylie dancing TikTok videos. You know what I mean? Like and that's the shit. But at the same time, like you gotta also to be detached. You can't be so fucking attached. You know what I mean? And that's one thing too that I gotta learn. You know, because if not, then I'm never gonna be able to do anything. I'm just gonna be attached the whole fucking time. And it's like, but how does it's like I've been like reading, well, not reading audiobooks, right? I've been going in and listening to these individuals who have been able to figure it out. Like, how do you travel? How do you go in? How do you run your businesses from different locations? How do you go in and have your businesses running without you having to be there? Because if you have to be there, it's not it's not really a business. It's a new job that you just gave yourself that pays you a lot, but overworks you more. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's the shit that I'm like, yeah, I gotta fucking figure that shit out. But the step number one is I gotta buy my freedom back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta buy my freedom back. I gotta get to situate everybody, situate fucking every single thing, so I could just be like, all right, I don't even gotta fucking work at all for nothing. Like I just be like, that's that's all I fucking want. Just be like, yo, just chill the fuck out. You know, because it's hard when you're an entrepreneur, man. People don't understand this. When you're an entrepreneur, like your brain doesn't shut down. You're still thinking about your businesses. You're still thinking about, what you could do better, what new things you could do, how you could grow it, right? When you go to your 9 to 5, you clocked out. You ain't thinking about that job. You fucking chilling. You pop up when you wake up on Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're like, damn, I gotta go to this shit again, right? But when you own the business, you thinking about that shit all the time, and that's where it's like, okay, we gotta do this shit a little bit better. Built to exit. I'm gonna check it out. Built to exit. Cut through noise, business gurus, fake. What is it? Looking to cut through the noise, business gurus, fake da da da. The Build to Exit podcast. I'm gonna check it out. I just added to my list. Joe, you welcome in Mexico. You can save a lot of money here, man. Yeah, I like Mexico. There's a area that I like. What's the name of it? It's it's by the Yucatan. Let me see what Google.com maps. I'll tell you right now the area that I like from Mexico. If I was to move to Mexico, this is where I would. I would move to Merida. I really like Merida. That's right there, close to Campeche, Yucatan, in Yucatan. There you go. Yeah, that's where I will move to, man. I like it. I always check like Google Maps. Like I'm like using my VR headset and go in and go through like the streets, and it's like I'm walking around over there. But I like there's an area over there that's really really nice. It's like the beach is crystal clear. It's like a beach town. It's really nice. Mexico is beautiful, man. That area is called Progreso. It's a beautiful area, man. And it's crazy. I wanted to buy a house over there years ago, and it was dirt cheap. Now the houses are super expensive. Like somebody found out. They like found out about Yucatan, bro. That shit is mad expensive now. Motherfuckers, once you know the how you call this shit, the gentrification people, they pop up and they find the area, bro. They start buying everything up, bro. The prices go crazy. Yeah, that spot it was dirt cheap. You could buy a house over there for freaking $20,000. Of course, it's not a mansion, but shit, it was nice homes. Now the same homes, it's like 180, 160. I'm like, what the? Because people came in and bought everything up at crackhead prices. They bought everything up crackhead prices, bro. They said, "Oh yeah, I got houses for sale for 20,000. Let me see. I was waiting for you at the door." You haven't seen that meme? The gay dude at the prison, he's like, "Yo, I'm waiting for you at the door." Like, yo. Oh man. Playa del Carmen. Yeah. See, good night everyone. Got a 5 a.m. wake up. Just finished my double. All right, bro. Have a good one, man. Marcus, I have better internet there than at my home in the U.S. Word. But yeah, guys, listen. Like I said, man, new stuff coming to Coding Phase. Definitely go check it out. If you support your boy, definitely come to codingphase.com. Sign up. I appreciate it for all of you guys that do. Again, as you can see, I'm very dedicated. I bust my ass to make sure that we provide the best service that we can give to every one of you guys. So definitely come through if you guys can. Okay, if you still haven't signed up, hey, come through. If you already signed up, hey, I appreciate you. All right, man. Listen, guys, I'm about to get out of here. This was a really cool live stream. We got to talk about different things. I got to share a little bit about myself too and stuff, things that I'm looking forward to changing for 2026, things that I'm working on. And hopefully you guys appreciate the honesty and being able to just being the same old Joe from when you met me back in the days. It's still just the same guy, man. You know what I mean? Plus just a couple of little changes, a little gray hair. We got the Cardi B special. You get what I'm saying? We don't got the nice teeth. You know what I mean? Other than that, everything's the same shit. Still wearing a hat. Still out here looking like a random ass dude. Again, it's just me. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in here. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And yeah, we'll try to set up this system for the live stream to be a little bit better. I'll have everything set up with my other office, and hopefully we'll have some cool things, like little notifications, a little pop up of the chat and this and that, and yeah, we'll be ready to work tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we drop in a couple of videos, so definitely look out for that. And yeah, check out Coding Phase. Okay, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again.